You're listening to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. Here are your hosts, Dave and Aaron. Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
Dave, we're the two dope dudes. What's going on, dude?
Not a whole lot of what's happening.
Not much. This weed got me pretty baked.
Yeah, I feel good.
This weed got me pretty baked.
Tastes incredible.
Today, our moods are elevated and sponsored by the one and only Goat Genetics. Smoking on some flower that I'm currently growing. That's a 2024 unreleased strain. It's
amazing.
Grapefruit tasting kind of sorbet. It's gonna be dope.
It's amazing.
Smells great. Terps perfect. Smokes perfect. Tastes perfect.
Hey, the man knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's great at selecting genetics for sure.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah. So thank you to the goat. Get you some goat seeds, or buy you some goat cuts. Get some breeders' cuts from him. I'm sure he's got them.
Yeah. Doesn't Chris got
Chris from
a
Crop
box?
Culture does have the you can still get the Crop Culture goat box. I think there's a few left right now that has goat genetic seeds in them, and you can use the code word 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off any box, $99 or more. And the February box, the pre-order starts January 1st.
Nice.
Get it now.
Oh yeah, that's 3 days from now, and they're not going to hear that till after this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should already be getting
at cropculture.net.
.net. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, today is what is this, episode 27?
I think yeah.
Episode 27.
That's reasonable.
First one of the new year. We got some stuff to talk about. But we can do plugs real quick, and then we'll just get into it. You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, with Two Dope Dudes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps, at the Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Check us out there. Please subscribe, give us a like, leave a comment. We always respond to comments, so you should definitely comment on our YouTube, because we're going to respond to it on the podcast.
That's it.
And then supportdopepeople.com. You can always find us there. You can find all of our streaming links there. You can buy T-shirts and other merch there. And check it out. Cropculture.net. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave, and we're the Two Dope Dudes. We're here to tell you about the Crop Culture Box, where you get a curated selection of quality grow items and seeds to help you plant with a purpose.
Use our code 2DOPEDUDES for $10 off any box, $100 or more for new customers. Get the Goat Holiday Box, and check out their selection of seeds too.
That's cropculture.net. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES. MrCBDChicago.com. Hey, use the code 2DOPEDUDES. That is TWO Dope Dudes for 10% off your entire order. Mr. CBD is a great guy, and he has some great products. If you need that CBD anything, check it out.
Yeah, he's got great stuff. And
he
then
really does.
And then the greengrow.com. That's THEGREENGRO.com. Greengrow biologicals. You can buy soil, you can buy microbes, you can buy everything you need for your garden. It's organic, all natural, and it's really great stuff. And shout out to them. Use the code word 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off your order, please. And thank you. They're great people. I'm using their aminos right now in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got some new stuff, new worm castings out too. Mycorrhizae, all great stuff. Check it out.
Yeah. Grow you some. Go to Crop Culture, get you the genetics.
There you go.
Go over to Green Grow, get you the
soil. You can get all the additives you need.
What do you call it? Mycorrhizae? What do you call it?
Mycorrhizae?
Oh, some shit like that. I was gonna say
it's microbes. It's
hey.
beneficial bacteria and microbes that make the food and enzymes more bioavailable for the plants to uptake the nutrients.
And while you're trying to process all that and watch it happen, go to fucking MrCBD.com.
Yep.
Take a little CBD, calm down,
Yep.
and wait for it. Give it some love, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
We got the whole package set up here. Also, hey, if you don't mind, on Thursday nights, if you're not doing anything, except for tonight because I'm busy, but if you're not doing anything on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. and you'd like to hang out with a bunch of friends, please check me out at Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. Or, Facebook as well.
Yeah, join the Facebook group.
Join the Facebook group. Talk to friends. I mostly want to help people find how to take their health in their own hands with cannabis. At this point, Thursday nights have evolved into about an hour of let's do that, and then a lot of playing games and joking, and just, sometimes we're all just taking things too serious. Take a load off Thursday nights with me. That's it.
Yeah. But not tonight because you're going to play a wizard with our disc golf friends.
Wizard.
Yeah, you're going to go play Gandalf, right?
Wizard Harry.
Yes. Good times.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. It's going to be.
I can't wait to listen. They're a couple weeks out too, right?
I think so.
I think Bancher told me he spends like a week editing the podcast.
I think it's a week. It might be. Yeah, something like that, because I think they come out the next Friday or something. So, I think it's literally a week.
Sweet. Well, have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, can't wait to listen.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you should check out the Unstable Discourse. Last year, there was 2 great episodes. Well, all of the episodes are great, but there was 2 great episodes that was Dungeons and Dragons themed, where they played what was it, Delwood and Dragons?
Yeah.
Delwood and Dragons, part 1 and part 2. You should go check it out.
It's a really fun. If you're into disc golf at all, or you just like podcasts, these guys are great to listen to. They,
they're pretty handsome too.
I would say.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say
they all have their qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We'll do. I was gonna. Never mind.
No,
never mind.
Were you gonna fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
But there's 4 of them, so like.
Well, take Jason out of the equation then.
Okay, so it's just. Well, what about? Okay, so just the boys,
Alex,
just
Sean,
the boys, obviously, right?
Yeah, Alex, Sean, and Ryan.
Alex, Sean, Ryan.
Yeah. All right, and to keep continuing on,
gotta hope they don't listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys. That was choices, and I'm too high.
Yeah, no, there ain't no way.
All right, awesome. Anything, shit, before we actually go in and like do anything?
No, happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Hope you all. Today is
this is the first
December
one
28th.
Yeah, this is the first one of the
in
new year for them.
recording time. Right. What we're trying to tell you is that I hope you made it through the Christmas time, and I hope you also make it through this here upcoming New Year's time, and enjoy every day.
Yeah, be with the people you love, because that's really all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be with the people you love and do what you love, and everything else doesn't really. It's just noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, like Dudley, what a good guy.
Yeah.
I love Thursday nights. Always a good time. Thank you.
Yeah,
brother.
this is from episode 24. The dudes get interrupted. Some people noticed, some people didn't. We got interrupted. There was a guy who came.
Nice.
And so that's what it was called. But here's the comments. Dudley Dawson. Always a good time.
Oh, Mr. CBD himself.
Yeah, we were talking about lowering CBD, having lower prices.
Yeah.
More availability.
Yeah. I wish that it was. I wish that there were more people focused on making CBD a thing. And it is. There's plenty of people who give it the proper effort. But I wish also, too, the consumer understood how important CBD was. And I think together that would kind of push forward. But at this point, CBD can be expensive. So go to MrCBDChicago.com and use the Two Dope Dudes.
TWO, DOPE.
TWO.
DUDES.
That's it.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of CBD and other things, you want to get into our news stories today? Because
Please, there's some ones that I actually like.
I know.
The
not
one
to-
I want to definitely see
I
about,
know.
but this one's pretty. You know this is coming. We all know it's.
We've talked about it. I've probably said it numerous times.
Yeah.
So this is from Illinois News Joint. Oh, I hear Charlie. Illinois proposes amendments to the Industrial Hemp Act. As we've reported before, they did not renew hemp licenses last year because they were trying to amend the Hemp Act. We've talked about some of the proposed changes, so you already kind of know what's coming. So this is JCAR, the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules, released today several new proposals from the Department of Agriculture to amend the Illinois Industrial Hemp Act. The proposed amendments include provisions for new hemp regulations, licensing and testing methods for Illinois academic research institutions. This is important. Illinois academic research institutions, government demonstration and research entities, and licensed hemp farmers. According to the Flynn Report, the rulemaking defines academic research institutions that are eligible to participate in the industrial hemp program as institutions that offer agricultural programs or degrees, offer in-person programs at a physical location in Illinois, are Illinois nonprofit entities, and conduct research on hemp. These may include public or private colleges and universities, community colleges, and public or non-public high school registered with the State Board of Education.
Nice.
Very important things there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The acceptable THC level for commercial hemp and hemp products is no more than 0.3% by dry weight. Hemp crops may not be harvested until a sample of the lot gathered at least 30 days prior to the scheduled harvest date has been laboratory tested to ensure an acceptable THC level. Samples that test higher than 0.3% THC may be retested at the licensee's expense if the initial test result is between 0.3 and 0.7% THC. The cultivator may remediate the lot by shredding, blending, or sorting the plant material in a manner that reduces the THC concentration to an acceptable level.
Shut the fuck up.
Ask Alex. And then have it retested, or Andrew. I'm sure either of those super intelligent guys would be able to tell you exactly what happens. Or even, I'm sure Jared too. Yeah,
Whoa,
right?
Fuck.
If a sample tests above 3.3% THC twice or once if a retest is not requested, the lot from which the sample came must be disposed of.
Yeah, okay.
Applicants for an industrial hemp growing license may be required to provide additional personal information for background checks if USDA requires a background check. So yeah, that's part of their remediation. Crazy, right?
What the fuck? I did not know that they could do that. That's kind of wild. But I mean, what are you going to add to it? You're going to add some fucking shit. But it's so wild.
I know. Just wait till it's summer, buddy.
Bro, I am literally in the middle of it and I can't wrap my fucking head around it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it, and
because it's not just like taking the leaves off, right?
Bro,
you're very rarely at a loss for words like that. That's kind of hilarious.
Hemp-derived THCA.
Yeah. You know what my favorite...
It's my favorite words that have ever been said.
Yeah.
It's literally the fucking smartest shit in the whole fucking world, dude.
Yeah, but, you know...
It's so smart.
But they're going to change it because, you know...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to change.
But...
I mean, but that's the whole thing. When, though? Because if you look at it, like... You know, when does it get voted on? Like September or some shit, but then there's an election year. So then when do we when does anybody actually touch it? So it gets pushed over to the next cycle. And then, so I think like there's time. I don't know, man. I'm so fucking blown away by this still that
Okay.
I think it's the coolest shit.
It is.
Good for everybody who is, if there's anybody out there who would like to know why I'm stumbling on words, I would love to have a conversation with you. You know, hemp derived
I mean, you can say whatever you want.
THC. I understand that. I don't know how to say it is, but it isn't, but it is, but
What?
it isn't.
What THCA? THCA is just the amino, right?
It's the acid
or
form,
the acid form of
THC.
THC. I don't know. I said it's because we were talking
So
about aminos.
if you
earlier.
don't grow 0.3% THC,
right,
which is the post
in the decarboxylated.
Bro, I'm fucking stumbling on words because
Okay.
my brain's going so fast about it.
So what you're trying to say is that here's what the deal is, and this is all information that's out there anyway. In the 2018 Farm Bill, people realized that they only specified THC as marijuana, and anything else, as long as it didn't have, as long as it didn't have 0.3% THC, more than that, it was hemp. So what they did is that they bred marijuana to have more THCA.
No, more hemp. They bred hemp.
I'm sorry. Well, it's all the same. They took.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's all the fucking words.
It's just using the different words.
They're
cannabis. They bred different strains of cannabis within hemp to produce more THCA instead of THC. It is literally the same thing. It's the same plant. It's like corn and maize are the same thing.
So you all know
it's just, yeah.
Cannabis plants from fucking cultivators, from dispensaries, from anywhere doesn't grow fucking THC either.
No.
It grows THCA. The cannabis plant, when it's growing, the little fucking trichomes that we look at have not been heated up averagely. Now, there's instances where putting them under the lights for too long or exposing them to heat in some manner can decarboxylate some of that plant to the point. Or if you let it grow so far into its growth cycle that it's over burnt up and shit, then it can change, it can transform some of that THCA. But if you pick it at the proper timing, the plant itself is producing THCA. Whether you fucking grow it in a farm, whether you call it hemp, whether you call it cannabis, whether you have a fucking dispensary license, whether you don't have a dispensary license, you just need a hemp or whatever license. And the thing is, why I'm blown away is because for a retail establishment, if you had a retail establishment, you don't have to have a goddamn hemp license to be an establishment. You don't have to have a dispensary license to have an establishment. You could literally open a hemp dispensary.
Yep.
With fucking all THCA products from hemp plants, from hemp companies, and they're not breaking the law because it's not 0.3% by volume THC, which is the criminalized portion of this plant. It's correct. THC. There's nothing else. There's no other parts.
It's just a wording in the Farm Bill, and the government's probably going to change it because they fucked up.
Gotta fucking change.
So it also says academic research institutions must specify which testing lab they will use and consent to DOA collecting and forwarding requested data to USDA, which will include background checks, disposal reporting, and real-time information. The existing prohibition against granting a hemp cultivation license to any person convicted of a controlled substance-related felony within the previous 10 years is extended to persons with executive managerial control of a corporation, partnership, or other entity that applies for a license, but not to any non-executive employees. Processors of industrial hemp may not be located in residentially zoned areas. Industrial hemp cultivators must file their final annual reports by December 1st. Currently, it's February 1st. And licensees must also report their hemp cultivation acreage to the Farm Services Administration within 30 days after planting. Other provisions include an annual licensing fee for $100 on academic research institutions and government demonstration and research entities. Commercial growers and processors pay $375 a year, $750 for 2 years, or $1,000 for 3. Carve out exceptions to certain testing requirements for hemp grown by these institutions and entities. Allow DOA to conduct both scheduled and unannounced annual inspections, random inspections, and inspections for the purpose of auditing, and specify how testing samples are to be collected and how hemp is to be transported. Academic, government, and commercial institutions that participate in the Industrial Hemp Program are affected.
Bro, I want to get me one of them licenses. I want a 3-year. I'll buy it right now.
Well, you can't anymore. Because,
Well, I want to.
Well, I'm sorry.
I missed the boat. There's a big old boat coming by. I wanted to be on top of it.
Well,
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost as if, there's a plan.
Yeah.
So that's some of the stuff that's coming for that. You can read more about that if you want to go to Illinois News Joint or the JCAR website, I think, is where they host that. Yeah, where they host. Well, yeah, it's so 103rd General Assembly is set to start January 16th and scheduled for adjournment May 24th. So that's when the state's going to address it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Here's one. I know you're interested in this.
Yeah, I want to see this.
This is kind of local to us. This is from the Daily Herald. Workers at Geneva smoke vape shop charged with dealing pot. It's crazy. It's like, yeah. So 2 workers at a Geneva smoking supply shop were charged with dealing cannabis, Geneva police announced Wednesday. I'm not going to name them because fuck that shit. You can find that. This is from Buzz Smoke and Vape, 722 East State Street. That's like on my way home, and I was like, oh, I should stop there and see what's up. And I never did, and now I'm definitely not going to.
Yeah.
Geneva Police and the North Central Narcotics Task Force found more than 200 grams of cannabis and 70 cannabis vaping cartridges during a search of the shop, according to police. Person is charged with manufacturing or delivery of a controlled substance, manufacturing, delivery cannabis between 300 and 500 grams, and possession of cannabis over 100 grams. It's too bad they didn't have a medical card.
Well, it's too bad that they don't have that they had them carts.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if not, I would say, man, that was hemp, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I got it from the hemp guy. Hey, we got the hemp plants, man.
Yeah.
And then go test that shit. Go on and test it. And then you'll see it wasn't over the amount. Or give it back to me. Let me re-grind it up with some other shit. Mm-hmm. And then let me send it back. Yeah, put some grass in there.
I wonder how many buckets of dirt they have to use to remediate.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. What they got? Well, in between 30 and 50 grams, it's got to be 10 times that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 So yeah, they are still
10 pounds
busting people for cannabis. They're still, I scream it from the mountaintops. Cannabis is not legal. Cannabis is not legal in Illinois. It's not decriminalized in Illinois. It is just, we just have a regulation to tax it. We have a framework to tax it.
That's it.
And the state does not give a shit.
No. And the other, we just gotta be using our words right now. You can't be fooling. Getting caught up with the vapes definitely have THC in them though.
Yeah.
Them things have been activated. All right. So there's some of these things you're definitely can't skirt it, But I'd be skirting shit, right? I would if I would, I'd be like, hey, hemp. That's what I would just say about everything. But man, I bought it at a hemp shop.
Damn, I think this thing's almost dead. That sucks. Oh well.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry to you, young. It's some young people, man. Young people shouldn't have to deal with that shit.
Right?
Fucking let them go. You know what I mean? Take the fucking vape. It's more of a hit to the young person for you to steal all their shit. Nah, probably not. I mean, it sucks to have a criminal record, but it's just take their shit. That's a big deal to them.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's, it probably at least hundreds, if not closer to thousands of dollars. And now you took that from some young people. They're like struck. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
you start reading that. I'm going to plug this in so we can use it.
Oh, okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I like getting up in the middle of the podcast. It makes it real authentic.
Yeah, I don't know how to use. I found it. I found out how. All right, here we go. Check this out. The headline reads: Probation for actor arrested after large quantity of drugs found in Grayslake home where child lived. Oh, I mean, children live in homes. What the hell? An actor has been sentenced to probation after prosecutors said he was found in possession of drugs in a Grayslake home where a young child lived and several guns were left unsecured. This poor man was charged in March with possession of cannabis with intent to deliver over 2,000 grams.
That's a lot.
That's 2
That's
kilos.
quite a bit. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That's like 4.4 pounds.
Yeah.
Possession of cannabis over 2,000 grams, use of cannabis-based products, manufacturing equipment, production of 50 to 200 cannabis plants, child endangerment, and allowing a minor access to a firearm. I mean, it's just that's really taking it to the extremes. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's doing it. That guy's getting it. But
for an actor.
yeah. There's another person who was charged in March with possession of cannabis with the intent to deliver over 2,000 grams, possession of cannabis over 2,000 grams, use of cannabis-based product, manufacturing equipment, production of 50 to 200 cannabis plants, parent leaving a minor with a sex offender and allowing a minor access to a... Well, it got even worse.
Oh, I didn't hear about that part.
Yeah, that got fucked up. Hey, but here's the thing. Minus the 50 to 200 cannabis plants thing, because you definitely fucked up there.
Yeah.
You should have just had a medical card and only been growing 5 plants. And then your possession wouldn't have been that big of a deal because that's your personal use.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And it's not hard. It's not hard. You can grow 4 plants. And depending on how you grow them, if you grow them out, with like a scrog net, you can maximize your harvest and you can get, 4 plants. You can get a pound and a half probably. Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And hey, once you grew it, you can keep it. Do you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, so you just tell them I've been growing it.
Although watch out, if you leave it out too long, that THCA stuff, I hear it turns into THC. So
Oh, that doesn't matter though, because you got a medical license.
Well, that's true.
You're allowed to possess THC.
It is. That's true.
Yeah,
You
you're
can.
fine. Your shit can decarb. Anywho, yeah, don't get caught with thousands of grams and also guns, and don't be a sex offender. You get punched in the face, and don't be, just don't 50 to 200 plants. That's a lot.
There's also nearly
Get a
60
hemp
jars of suspected THC honey weighing almost 40 pounds, in addition to over $2,000 in cash.
Oh,
Heaven forbid we have over.
No.
Cannabis was found throughout the house, including leafy cannabis totaling over 1,200 grams and over 1,000 grams of wax cartridges and edibles.
No. The worst part of that is the shit saying weighing almost 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, that's bad, because when they start hitting you with weighted shit, that's the other thing too, man.
They got second chance probation on the charge of possession under 500 grams, a class 4 felony, in exchanges for their other charges being dismissed.
I would do that.
Got 2 years of probation, class 4 felony, cannot consume or possess illegal drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, I don't want alcohol anyway.
Yeah, really.
And cannabis isn't illegal. It's just not legal either. So you're good.
Hell yeah. Before we forget,
Let's make sure.
I just want to make sure in between. I hope that January 28th, you're going to be in Carroll Stream with us, because it is the Lil Bean, January 28th, private party, super fun time. Definitely got to come out. It's going to be sponsored by Simple Jars, the VIP, Lil Bean Farmers Market, Lil Bean Grow Shop. It was a great time last time. There was tons of people out there. It's super fun. There's, it's a great spot. Come to the indoor flea market, and it's sponsored again by, Lil Bean Farmers Market, who are great friends.
Yeah.
Get that VIP. Go
Check out Lil Bean on Instagram.
Yeah, or FCC.420 on Instagram is the family cannabis crew. Lil Bean Farmers Market, Charlie, we love you. Thanks, buddy.
I do love Charlie. He's such a good dude. And honestly, the group of people that are around him, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I love everybody from Tuesdays, and Mark's a fucking
Mr. CBD is going to be there.
Yep.
No Dibbles will be there. It's going to be a good time. Come on out.
Cool.
Party with us. We'll be there. I'll be there. Dave probably won't be there. Dave's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, they did it on
that's just
one
what
of
it
my
is.
favorite days,
Here we go. Let's point out something that is stepping maybe the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see it.
So this is from Marijuana Moment. Bipartisan Wisconsin lawmakers officially introduced marijuana decriminalization bill.
Woo! Wisconsin, you need it.
Yeah. They've been talking about it for quite some time anyway. So it looks like they formally introduced a measure to decriminalize marijuana possession after previewing the proposal earlier this month. Sponsors hope the limited, non-commercial reform will win enough support to clear the state's GOP-controlled legislature and become law in parallel with a separate, limited medical cannabis bill that Republican leaders say will be filed in January.
Nice.
So it would remove the threat of jail time for simple possession of up to 14 grams of cannabis, replacing criminal charges with a $100 civil penalty.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Currently, the offense is subject to a maximum $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail.
That sucks.
Used to be in Wisconsin quite a bit, and definitely know some people who have gone to jail for marijuana up in Wisconsin.
Christ,
they don't mess around up there.
No, all the places who still don't have a program.
Yeah. They've got tons of drug problems, and marijuana is the least of them. And it's the one that that's the thing. It makes them the most money.
Wild part of yeah. Yep.
So people caught using or possessing marijuana would also not need to appear in court under change proposed in the bill, which is great because then that actually frees up the courts of all the people who have to take off work because they got caught with a joint or whatever, and then everybody's in the fucking courthouses, and that's just a lot of stuff that they just don't need.
Yep.
That's why it should be decriminalized. Measure would also stop courts from counting possession convictions involving up to 28 grams, meaning people would not be charged as repeat offenders for possession of small amounts of cannabis.
Nice.
For larger amounts, the bill would reduce the imprisonment time for repeat convictions from 3.5 years down to 90 days.
Holy shit.
I told you they don't mess around in Wisconsin.
Man, get people out of prison and fucking get the fuck out of here.
100 million %. We need to stop putting people behind bars for a plant.
Holy shit. That's gross.
It's one of the true injustices of our time. I think we will look back and 100 years and people will be like, I can't believe how we treated people over something that grows on the earth.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's definitely there's some evolving to be done here.
Possession of drug paraphernalia, meanwhile, would be punishable by a $10 civil forfeiture under the proposal, down from as much as $500 and 30 days in jail. For drug paraphernalia.
For a pipe?
Yes.
Bro, you put me in jail for 30 days for a
dude, yeah.
pipe, I'm coming out like a fucking madman. There's
Well,
no way I'm
dude,
gonna sit in there and learn anything. I'm gonna learn how to find out where the fuck you're at so I can.
yes. So
Anyway.
yeah, it's Wisconsin's. I mean, that's how it used to be, though, man. Like we're very spoiled right now because it's very accepted, and we can basically do what we want. But like, I'm old enough to remember where it was like drugs were like they were hardcore against like anything, you know, down to like, you know, putting people in jail for fucking having a pipe with resin in it.
Yeah, I luckily have run into all the nicest cops, I think. It feels weird, but like I look back at it and the cops, maybe it's just because of the startling shit. Back then, I used to be scared as fuck. Now I'm like, well, I mean, I've actually had great experiences with most of them. They took my shit and threw it on the ground, or a lot of them, you know, just said go home. And I was like, all right, sweet.
Some of them just leave it in your coat pocket.
That's literally what I'm saying.
I remember the story.
Yeah.
That was for the people who actually know the story, it's even funnier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I got pulled over, they were patting me down. They said, it smells like weed in here. I said, no, it doesn't. And they were patting me down. I could hear the clank of my pipe off my grinder in my pocket. And I was like, fuck. I had a big old bushy coat pocket on. And I was like, oh, there it is. And all right, whatever. So they pulled it out. And then, you know, they sent me home with it in my pocket.
Yeah. Good times.
Yep.
So it says, for small, simple possessions of marijuana, Wisconsin should not be throwing people in prison, sponsor said in the co-sponsorship memo about a month ago, noting that the state makes an average of 15,485 arrests per year over the minor offense, which is currently punishable by a maximum $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail. In addition to decriminalizing possession, the bill would also make it so law enforcement would have additional flexibility in how they choose to handle individual cannabis cases. Police would have the choice whether or not to book and process a person for possession. Jesus, that's a lot of P's. Though they would still be required to collect certain personal information about them. It would limit the liability for employees or employers who choose not to test workers for THC, although that provision wouldn't apply to positions overseen by the Federal Department of Transportation or jobs including safety and security. Okay.
Hey, listen, good for you, Wisconsin. You sure could at least decriminalize fucking minor possession. Seems pretty okay.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So the sponsors also pointed to more than half a dozen other states that have enacted similar reforms. North Dakota, New Hampshire, Hawaii, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, and Nebraska have passed legislation that removes jail time for possessing small amounts of marijuana, not including full legalization states.
They motherfucking said Louisiana and Mississippi, goddammit. Get with the times, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the Southern, they're fucking rolling up joints out of the back of their Bibles now. They don't even
the
care,
South is actually a great place.
I had a great time.
I lived in the South for a while. I love it. It's a great time. Climate's real nice too. You could probably do some good cannabis stuff down there.
They sure as shit love the Bible, though.
They do. There are some places like that.
So for them to do that and also to get rid of minor cannabis possession laws, I'm just saying, get with the fucking times, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and you're literally surrounded.
Yeah, you're literally surrounded.
100% surrounded. Because anywhere north of you that is Canada, you're getting fucking. They have it too. You know,
they have like a whole like you just buy it online and they just ship it to you within Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how the hemp industry is doing in Wisconsin.
I think I think I read something the other day that said somebody was arguing that the rescheduling actually might kill the market because it may allow importation of hemp. And if that happens, that probably Canada and Mexico are going to start importing a lot of hemp and maybe make quite a bit of money and actually tank our market.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of things that could happen.
Yeah. I mean, send it.
Yeah, send it.
Tank the market then,
Yeah,
because
please.
it's better for the consumer if that's what the fuck they're trying to do. I'll just, buy really cheap THCA.
I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. You got a little bit more time. Do you got anything else you want to talk about? You got anything on your mind?
I can't say that I do.
What are you looking like? Okay, I know you don't do this, but like, what are you most excited about in the new year for cannabis and hemp? That's what I want to know. What do you
seeing what the fuck happens with this hemp THCA thing. I'm more than anything else in this entire space. I can still talk the medicinal part of it, and there aren't like huge breakthroughs happening in the medical field with cannabis. I try to stay up to date on that, and there's plenty of people who are having very good results with excess cannabinoids, CBG, CBC, CBN. Even then, finding really good results with the THC side of things as well, and THCV and THC itself. But there are very cool studies going on in other places, and things are really happening. But more than all of that, what in the fuck is actually happening here? What is the line that goes between hemp THCA and cannabis THCA, and that's what I've talked about a lot with cannabis as a whole, is cleaning up the terminology.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, you just change what it's called for a minute, and then everything is like, people are just confused again.
Right.
And not to beat a dead horse or nothing, but like, there was a thing before COVID-19. There was a strain of virus that looked very similar to it. The rhinovirus, which is what we most commonly know as the common flu, looked very similar it looked very similar to 19, right? Just a more evolved virus of sorts. And we use this whole new name for the thing and scared the fuck out of people and not that it's not real, but it's a virus, and we understand how viruses attack the system. And though it was very strong of a virus and whatever, the impact is still viral. It's still the same thing, and just they evolved the name of this thing. And a virus is a virus. Cannabis is cannabis. It's not that the viruses aren't different to where one can be super deadly or way more strong, whatever. But now that we've come to find out, we're like, well, it's kind of very similar, actually.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, it's the same thing that, like, but it's even more closely is what cannabis and hemp and THCA and the plants and how they're being derived and whatever. It is the fucking same, dude. And for me, like, yeah, I don't know. I want to see what comes out of it, how the terminology gets cleaned up, how people become less confused by just the terminology of it. Understand that, like, I don't know. THCA is THCA. I say it all the time. CBD is CBD, regardless of where it comes from. If you have an isolate form of CBD, it is CBD. I don't care if it came from hemp or cannabis or inside a cultivation or not.
This dispensary pen, you think it was derived from hemp or derived from cannabis?
I think, well, and that's the thing, is that,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's almost going back to being very straightforward with the science of it and understanding the kingdom, the class, the genome, the whatever the fuck it is, and knowing that cannabis, the word cannabis, covers a bunch of different categories of things that are all the fucking same. And regardless if you call it cannabis sativa or cannabis indica or cannabis ruderalis or hemp or whatever, it all comes from the same plant family, kingdom, genome, fucking whatever it
Right.
is, directly down to now we've got the smallest little offshoot classifications of it, and people get so confused, I think. And what is it? What does any of it mean? And I don't think any of it's harmful. That's the reason I think I don't really care. I think it's funny to me.
Yeah.
Because THC, THC, CBN, CBG, CBG, they're not going to harm you unless you do too much of it.
Yep.
Be smart about it. Understand proper dosing. Do low amounts of it. Get yourself into it. Get a fucking tolerance.
Yeah.
Okay? Get to the point where your brain does not get so affected by it, or where you don't feel so anxiously grabbed by the thing, and then use it for its benefits. There are tons of benefits.
Use it with intention.
Well, yeah,
Use
bingo.
it with intention.
Bingo.
I mean, the getting high is great, but like actually think about get high and then think about what your intentions are.
Well,
and what your intention should be.
The getting high is it's.
I'm sorry,
it's
I shouldn't
fine.
say get high.
It's the fuck it all.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a portion of what this getting high thing is that is just a straight fuck it all. I kind of don't. I'm not so worried about everything right now. I stopped thinking about all the things outside of this room, and I only started thinking about what immediately around me I could touch and take care of and fix. And it actually kind of becomes very calming in a way where now you're taking care of the shit immediately in front of you, which you should be doing to begin with. Anxiety is simply having too many thoughts. It's being outside of where you're physically existing. Be physically in control of yourself, and cannabis can help you achieve that. I genuinely believe so. But hey, the cannabis or hemp could, can help you achieve it.
Hemp could change your life.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. This plant that we're all so confused by terminology-wise is one of the coolest things. It's the Swiss Army knife of our medicine cabinets, and we don't. I don't know how to explain it anymore.
We've got so many more bigger problems than to bug people about cannabis, as a world, as a nation, as a state. Dude, there's so many other things that we should
Yeah. Also, when somebody says, I'm going to use it to feel better, then get the fuck off their back. I don't care what reason you use it for.
Right.
You can't tell me a reason that somebody uses it for to feel better, whether you call it in your head or a physicality, whatever it is. You can't tell me that somebody using something to feel better is hurting you. Just get the fuck over it. The only way that it fucking hurts anybody out there is because the people who want to continue to make money from us doing what we do aren't making the money from us doing what we do.
And they're the ones who get to make the rules, and they get to feel like they're in power.
Hey, be empowered to yourself.
Right.
That's why when I talk about this a lot, and when you hear me say the thing at the beginning, I say taking your health into your own hands. You can physically own your existence. And a lot of people that may even be listening aren't fully physically in control of their existence. And I'm not saying that to be rude or whatever. There's plenty of points where I felt like I wasn't in control because it's just not knowing. It's being unsure and unaware of what the possibilities are. And then throwing your hands up and saying, you know what, doctor, take the wheel, or, whatever it is that you turn your health over to. And a lot of times it can be too that we're so inside of our heads racing in so many ways. And we've got the anxiety thing going on so much so that, getting out of that space can make you very healthy and in control of your health. All right. Health starts in your brain first. And that's to me, and cannabis can help that, but also just, knowing your mission. Hey, I'll smoke this thing.
Sorry
to
to
me-
interrupt you.
No, you're fine. And to me, the mission is help people take their health back into their hands with the plant, because it damn well is effective.
And stop trying to go to places that, are not interested in your health. Grow your own. Grow your own. Grow your own vegetables. Do something. It's a way to start. It's part of taking your health into your own hands. Sometimes you need that schedule every day to go and do the thing. And then you do the thing, you grow the plant, and look at that. You accomplish something, and then you feel better about yourself.
It's hard to make commitments to yourself.
It is. But it's
hard to commit to anything.
But it's a very small thing. It's I don't want to I don't want to compare it. Well, I guess so. It's like it's the small thing. It's like make your bed or clean your room. Just water your plant.
Yeah.
It's easy. Just start with the one thing.
Well, when I was talking earlier, and thanks for that hit because it helped me kind of clear my head. When I was saying you're just not in control and somebody else might be in control of your thoughts, it is those subtle dopamine hits that is baked into everything that we've been doing. And we're so under the control of something else. That's why a lot of us spend time on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or whatever. It is because there is a genuine dopamine hit when we touch these things, when we look at it, or when we're doing other things that aren't great for us. When I go over to Starbucks and grab my pink drinks, I know that there's a ton of sugar in it. I know it's not good for my probably long-term physical health, but the immediate gratification of it is far more, to me at the moment, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this thing. It is finding that balance between I enjoy these dopamine hits and I enjoy these things that make me feel good versus what is harmful towards me as well. And for me, the balance in that, where cannabis is a dopamine hit as well as beneficial to you, and the level of harm just isn't long term as far as what we see, right? There's a lot of studies out there, and there are plenty of people who are affected negatively by cannabis. I'm not saying that it's a fail-proof 100% you're good to go no matter what. But if you find out how to use it properly and using it properly for yourself, if you need it, then it can be the most beneficial thing in the world.
Yeah.
Even where I've taken it to the extremes of saying, I would love to hear the words essential cannabinoids the same way we say essential vitamins.
Yeah.
There's a potential that using this thing every single day could regulate our system when the CB2 receptors are so intertwined with our immune system. It plays as a regulator to it. So for us not to regulate our immune system, and maybe that's the whole point with this, is how do we properly do it, right? How do we make sure that we're within the balance of things and we're not overstimulating or understimulating? Well, to do zero, I think, is probably understimulating. I don't care who you are. If you have a system that plays synergistically with your immune system and you're not trying to help balance it or boost it, I don't know, and is possibly having CBD in your system might maximize our physicality. I genuinely believe there's a chance that is a full reality. And for everybody, there are people who have adverse side effects to CBD at times. They get headaches and shit and they're whatever. So I'm not saying that it's for everybody. Again, I don't take vitamin C every day. Some people are allergic to vitamin D, or you can't stay in the sun for too long. There's plenty of vitamins that are essential in some capacity that are also harmful towards people as well. So it's just finding that balance with it. But I think CBD, arguably, even then, maybe CBC, CBG, they may be everyday users that would help boost and balance your immune system. And I don't see why that's not a thing. But hey, take your health in your own hands. I
Yeah.
can help you out. We can help you out.
We can help you out.
Ask me anything about physical health. You know, I would love to, if I don't know it already, to jump into and study again and see the case studies that have gone on out there, you know.
There are some studies out there. There are some good books out there. You just have to find them.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So, hey, man. So, yeah, I think that's it. Take your health into your own hands. Grow your own weed. Smoke weed every day.
And don't live in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, if you do, then, hey, thanks for listening in from Wisconsin, and we love you. We just hope that your laws are better so you can get healthy, too.
Hell yeah. So, we love you. Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.